This lady's about signaling. She should have let me go ahead. This is the entrance on the side. Sun's right here. I'm gonna park right here. Right here, park. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm doing deliveries again, and I wanted to kind of get a really good picture of this homeless encampment that's right next to my house. Who's behind me? Should go around. Up here. Okay, these fuckers didn't want to wait, man. Traffic in Berendo. So busy here. So we're gonna cut the tree down tomorrow. That's what the guy was saying. They're gonna trim the tree down tomorrow. Who's this, Omar? Omar, Omar, the maintenance guy. Omar, maintenance guy. Let me call up Nirvana. He called me.
Hola.
Hey, what's up? Hola, ¿qué tal?
¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda,
¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué estás haciendo tú?
Estoy viviendo la vida loca.
¿Estás caminando por dónde? ¿De dónde fuiste? Las calles de North Hollywood en Lincolnshire. ¿Oh, sí? Todo esto tranquilo. Pocos locos. ¿Quieres a pistear hoy? ¿Por qué? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué planes tienes? Saludable, que no vas a tomar. Dejaste de tomar por una semana. Qué bueno. Está bien, está bien. ¿Diario? Es porque el alcohol es muy barato ahí. Sí. Hey, I was asking those guys, Lobster Lemon, have you heard of him? Lobster Lemon? He lives in Bangkok. Yeah, he said he used to live in Morocco, and he studied Arabic when he was in school. But so anyway, he started streaming on Kick. It's like his third time, or maybe second time. I don't know. But he met up with Silent. So anyway, he went to. We gotta get together, man. We gotta talk about stuff, man. I want to hear about your trip, your travels, and everything. I want to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. I know, that's what I'm saying. I told my brother, he's got a friend. He's in Australia right now, but he's been living there for the last 10 years. So he says he doesn't like the Thai food because it's too spicy for him. Yeah, it's too spicy, he says. I love spicy food, man. Yeah. Weaponized Ostism says, KFC nasty. Well, it's not for me. Well, actually, I don't mind KFC once in a while. Oh, this is really close. The coleslaw is really good, yeah. I think it's one of the better coleslaws I've ever had anywhere. Oh, do you? I was like, yeah. Really? Interesting, wow. In Ecuador, huh? Yeah. What's up, playa? What's up, OG Houston? Yeah, is that a good place? Oh. Moncona. Where's that? Is that the northern part of Peru? Oh, okay. Oh, wow, that's cool. I got a buddy that I was working with. He has an online, he has an online English institute. It's in, I think what part of Ecuador, I forget. He wanted me to teach with him, but the money was really low though. But he's like, yeah, whenever you, oh yeah, right now they got a lot of problems, dude. Yeah, dude, it's like all the criminals from Venezuela are going to the other countries, huh? Yeah, I mean even the ones here too, right? Tren de Agua. On StreamYard, you mean where you do like a podcast? Yeah, it's pretty good. I know, like a lot of people they have Discord, so they'll like do calls on Discord. I've done that with Silent Destroyer. I've called in on his Discord channel. He's still live. That guy is crazy, man. He's like streams for like 12 to 18 hours a day, man. Yeah. Well, you know, he actually he's very smart because he started off streaming, you know, games when he was in Canada, and then he said that, you know, in Canada there's really not that much content. So then he met up with Hito. I don't know if you know who Lord Hito is. He used to be on Twitch, and he streams. He mostly streams now on Kick, but he's definitely verified and partnered with Kick. But he was over in Japan hanging out with Ice Poseidon crew because he went to the Hunger Games, and then so this guy Silent Destroyer met up with, and he was hanging around with them in Japan for like 2 days, and then they went to Korea, and then he went with them to yeah, but basically it was just Korea, and then they left. But Korea was too freaking cold, dude. Hell no, dude, man. Who wants to go to countries where you can't walk around because it's so freaking cold out, and there's really nothing to do at night? I mean, of course there's bars. Nah. Yeah. Yeah. Is Nepal kind of dirty though, man? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. 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 I met that guy. Really? I met that guy. Homeless was over there. He got put in jail. Remember that? Homeless, and was it Suspendus, and there was someone else too? Like and yeah, Harrison. Yeah. I met Homeless when he came to LA, man. Yeah. He was here like about a few weeks ago, I think, with his girlfriend. Nana, yeah. But you know, yeah, I met both of them. Yeah, they were with Hito. Hito was kind of taking them around. But you know what was crazy is that that dude, he had his girlfriend standing out on a corner like she was prostituting herself. Yeah, and some black guy comes up to her, and he's like talking to her, and he's like, and he's like, oh, I'll be back at 10 o'clock to come pick you up. She's like, okay, I'm Japanese. You know, I'm like, oh my god, it's crazy. Oh yeah, good content, huh? Yeah, she is. She's pretty talkative, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Nah, she doesn't freak out, man. That's the kind of girlfriend you want to have as a streamer girlfriend, I guess, huh? Yeah. She can definitely put up with this bullshit, huh? Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Do you like his streaming style or no? Or he's a kind of a bit immature though. You like him? I remember when he was in Japan and he got kicked out of a club because he went on the stripper pole. He just threw his ass out, man. Yeah, he's in Kazakhstan now. That's pretty crazy, huh? That's wild, huh? Kazakhstan is crazy, man. I wouldn't mind going to Kazakhstan, actually. What's her face is from there? What's her name? She wanted to meet up with me and stream. I forgot her name. Gosh. You've probably heard of her before, too, haven't you? Or her name is Laura Eclipse. That's her name, Laura Eclipse. She's from Kazakhstan, yeah. Kazakhstan's weird, man. Yeah, they have cute girls. The thing about Kazakhstan is they have a lot of Asians, though, huh? It's a good mix, huh? Good mix. Oh, man. Go to Mongolia, dude. So when are you coming to K-Town, man? Next month in May? Is that after your trip? we could go up, man, with what Trump's doing, man, with the tariffs. Laura Eclipse, holy moly, yeah, someone put in my YouTube chat. Huh? Una chingadera, yeah. Yeah, man, it's fucking terrible, dude, man. I've been doing DoorDash. I was at my app on all day, and this is the first time I got a delivery request. I think there's just too many people doing this thing right now. Yeah, because you got a lot of people on scooters, mopeds, bikes. I see them all the time, and they always like just sit there at the hot spots, which I really don't want to do because there's no parking there, or you got to pay for parking, which is not worth it. You know. So it's kind of fucked up, bro. You did? Which one? The van? Really? That's cool, dude. Good for you. No, dude. Yeah. Now I gotta pay my registration coming up, man. I gotta renew my insurance, do my auto insurance. I've gotten into like 3 accidents this year, man. One of them was my fault because I actually I bumped someone when they were like, his fucking brake lights weren't working, so I actually like was doing something on my phone. I looked up and all of a sudden he had stopped, but I didn't realize he had stopped, and I hit him. It was an older BMW, so it was like more damage to my car than his. And then there was one guy that rear-ended me. There was another guy that turned left in front of me. You know, that kind of shit, man. Yeah, man. Just really. Is it pretty on time? Are they pretty? That's true, huh? Damn. We got to go down to TJ, buddy. A real quick trip, man. Yeah. We don't even have to spend the night, man. We can just go down there and come back. Unless you want to spend the night. Yeah, because it's so. The thing down there is everything's so cheap, man. You can get beers for like I know this place where you can get like a Kawama for like maybe, what is it, like $1.50 or something like that. It's a huge ass Kawama, dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was cheap, huh? Yeah, that was good, man. You can get one for like $25, man, $30, man. Yeah, I usually pay when I was down there. I go with my brother. He'd want to pay like $120. Yeah, no, my brother likes to stay at nice places. We stay at the Marriott, that's why. But nah, he doesn't travel that much. He just came back from Vegas. He was over at, he went to Vegas like 2 times this month. It was for his work. You've never been to Vegas? Yeah, it's I mean, other than the casinos, it's really kind of boring, really. I mean, there's not much to do. Yeah, I mean, and it used to be nice because the food was cheap there. They used to have really good buffets, and they used to have like, you can get like a really good price on a steak dinner, but not anymore, man. Everything's so fucking expensive. Oh yeah, those places are much better, man. Yeah. Yeah. You can take a bus there. No, it's actually about the same, dude. Yeah, it's just a little bit bigger city because it's a port city, because they have actually ships going in there. Yeah, they got cruise ships. They've got, yeah, I think the Mexican Marines are there, the Navy, whatever. They have a ship there. Yeah. I kind of want to go back to Cabo San Lucas, man, but that's kind of touristy, though, huh? Oh, La Paz is good? Yeah. I want to go to La Paz. La Paz seems like it's a nicer place than Cabo San Lucas. Is it? Oh, yeah. What about, like, Mazatlan's nice, though, isn't it? Oh, did you? Oh, wow. Oh, that's cheap, man. And how long was the flight? Just half an hour? Wow. That is cool, man. And then... Damn. Well, that's nice, yeah. Yeah. What about Puerto Vallarta, man? PV. Is it? Yeah. I think PV, I think Playa del Carmen, they just really ruined the hell out of that place, huh? In Cancun. Really? Playa del Carmen seems it would be more expensive, huh? Oh, yeah? Is it really? Wow. That sucks, man. Yeah. It's probably worth more now, huh? Or worse, because of the tourism. Yeah, I don't really like going to places where there's a lot of tourists, man. Yeah, I heard about that place. That's pretty south, man. Is it? That might be a decent place. Yeah, that sounds like a decent place. Yeah. Here's my friend, my maintenance guy. Oh, that's the other guy. Oh, that's someone else. Yeah, we are. I don't have... Huh? I don't know. No, not... Dude, I don't have an audience like I used to, man. Maybe if I'm lucky... No, 1 or 2 people, man. I don't know, man. I think it's because a lot of people are just tuned in to Kick. You know? I have 2 people on... Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened, man. You think so? The only thing is that I'd have to, like, I don't know if they would, because IP2 people kind of watch that too, you know? Yeah. Yeah. You can try it out, huh? Yeah, man, we should hook up, man. We gotta drink some beers, dude. Muy pronto, man. We gotta get some beers, man. Roomba. Kichimba. Uh-huh. Yeah. You sure? So what are the factors in making this decision, man? Los gastos. Okay. Right. I got that. Well, that makes sense. That's definitely a very important decision right there. Right. So are you working now or at all or no? Oh, okay. So you're doing the online tutoring? Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. How do you like that? What countries are the students from? Uh-huh. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. And it's their neighbor, your next door? Is it an alarm in your unit or is it in someone else's unit? Oh, you should knock on their door and tell them. Oh, it's a fire system. Yeah. Okay. Damn. And they don't do anything about it, man. That's fucked up. Yep. Oh, really? Wow, that's fucked up. So this is not even a unit in your building then. It's a unit in the building next door. Gotcha. Okay. You sh I would, man. I would file a police noise complaint. That's bullshit, man. Yeah, I would do that, man. For sure, I would, man. All right, man. Take it easy, man. Ciao. Bye. Fuck. Okay, I put my phone here to see if it's going to cool down because it was getting a little bit hot sitting up in the front windshield with the sun going on. Let's see. Right here. It's every week actually. Every week is when they pay you the difference based on the minimum. pick up here. All right. It's like 34 minutes from here. Down right up here. Okay, it's pretty hot. Okay, we got a delivery over in La Brea. I was just sending a text to someone. Ella es muy mala persona y portó mal conmigo. ¿Cómo estás, hermano? ¿Qué estás haciendo? ¿Estás ocupado?
Estoy descansando un poquito.
¿Estás durmiendo? ¿Descansando?
Sí,
¿O te,
ya estuve durmiendo.
te marco más tarde o qué? ¿Eh?
Volví de una vez, hermano, de una vez, porque ya más tarde no sé qué voy a hacer. ¿Qué pasó?
No, es que te mandé un video. A ver si puedes leerlo. Pero no estás con tu computadora, ¿no?
No lo checo.
¿Eh?
Ajá.
I see. Uh-huh. Well, that's nice. Okay, you have a system already then, right? Okay. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, wow. So, you got a lot of water damage? Or no? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's nice. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, that's all your stuff right there, huh? Wow. Yeah. Hey, Conchis. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Well, at least you have a kitchen, huh? And how much do you pay for rent there, man? So that's like how much in dollars? It's como $60, no? $60. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's really good. It's very cheap. Yeah, well, that's better. You can save a lot of money. Oh, that's your bathtub? Is that a bathtub or what? Or no, that's something else. I saw you. It looked like it was a bathtub, but I don't know what that was. That was a. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, you got a nice place, man. It's nice and comfortable. At least you don't have to worry about making a big job to clean it. You know, it's easy to clean. Yeah, for one person, it's perfect, man. It's perfect. You have a nice place for one person. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Tienes que dormir conmigo. You gotta sleep with me, exactly. I'm actually live too right now. Estoy en vivo in YouTube and Kick. I had the microphone muted cuando estábamos hablando de otras cosas, pero it's on mute right now. So, but they cannot see you. They cannot see you, unfortunately, but because I have the camera facing towards the road. Yeah. So I like to multitask a lot, man. I drive, read the chat, talk to you on the phone, look at my GPS map to see where I'm going. Yeah, it's yeah, you should. You know, that would be really good. I think that's really good. I want to help you do the Kick, man. You should. Did you install the Prism Live application on your cell phone? If you install it, it's pretty easy to do. But I think I have to sit down with you and go over the steps because I want you to be able to get TTS too. So TTS is the way that a lot of live streamers make money. It's called text to speech. So someone can give you like a like they say pay $1 or $2 or $3, and they can type in a message and it will have an AI voice, artificial intelligent voice. So, like for example, if someone types in the chat, like right now, they want to send a text to speech, they'll send something like, "Hello, Kevin, how are you?" And then the voice will it'll automatically the voice will come out, "Hello, Kevin, how are you?" So it draws my attention. Yeah. So they pay just $1 or $2 or $3. So like that guy that I showed you that was in Japan, Ice Poseidon, he was making like almost, I think, $30,000 a week in text-to-speech donations. Those text-to-speech. Yeah, so he gets $3. Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then if they get a subscription, sometimes on the Kick, they will get a notification too. So like with Kick, it's like, you know how YouTube has the memberships? So they have only one membership price, which is it's called a subscription. And they charge the person $6 to become a member or become a subscriber. And then you get 95% of that. Yeah, so you get 95%. Yeah, so 40% or, yeah, 30 or 40%, yeah. So imagine if you have maybe like 200 subscribers, that's 200, let's say, to make math easily, that's 200 times 5. How much is 200 times 5? That's like, how much is that? You get, what's 200 times 5? It's 1,000 or what? Or 100? Subscribers? Yeah, that's like 1,000, that's $1,000 you make a month just in subscriptions. Yeah, so some people will subscribe or they will become members. They will do it for like 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 3 months, you know. It's so they will renew their subscription because they like your content. And then plus you get the money from the TTS, the text to speech. And then when you become partnered with Kick, they will pay you based on your viewership. So like for every viewer, like every 100 viewers, you get paid $10 per hour. Yeah, so you get paid. That's not bad, huh? Yeah, some guys, they get paid like they have like 1,000 viewers watching them. So you imagine that's $100 per hour, per 100. So let's see, that's what was it? 100 divided by 1,000 is 10, right? So what's 10 times 100? That's like 1,000, right? 1,000. That's what they make like $1,000 per hour. Yeah, especially if they like your content, you know, they like watching you, you know. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of ways to make money live streaming, and they're yeah, exactly. You got that more content. Yeah, more content. Yeah. So some people will stream live for like maybe 8 to 10 hours, or maybe even 12 hours, or even 13 hours, depending on, you know. So it's a lot of money. Yeah. It keeps going and going and going. Yeah. Yeah, and you know another thing that I really like about Kick, the thing that I like about it the most, is that if you have like copyright music, they don't care. Yeah. Yeah, so when you can go in a club and they could be playing any type of music that's copyrighted, and you won't get copyright strike or what do you call it? So that's what's beautiful. Yeah. No, you can stream directly to Kick, but the reason why I do YouTube right now is I'm trying to build my YouTube audience as well. But eventually, when I become very bigger on Kick, they don't want you to stream simultaneously. They only want you to stream on their channel. Yeah. Probably later tonight, like around 9:30 or 10. But it might be too late for you. You do? Okay. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Himador? Is that Himador or Compadre? Is that better than Himador? Oh, okay. Oh wow. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, did you hear about the guy that owns the do you know Paul Mitchell? That guy Paul Mitchell? He's a very famous hairdresser here in LA. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, so anyway, the story I want to tell you about him is that he became very successful with Patron. Have you heard of Patron tequila? Okay, so here's the story with him. So he started selling. Well, he started selling Patron. He got like a distributorship to sell Patron exclusively, and he would like sell it in the salons because he was a hairstylist. He's a hairstylist, right? And he had schools and everything. So the thing is that he was started selling a little bit more expensive than the other tequilas, and he would go to the restaurants and say, hey, you should try this stuff. It's really good. But it was more expensive per case than other tequilas. And they're like, well, you're a little bit more expensive than other tequilas. He says, well, this is very good stuff. This is very good stuff. So anyway, he became very popular and very successful in selling Patron tequila. I don't know if he still owns it or not, but that's how he made a lot of money doing that too. So I think someday you should have your own tequila, man, because a lot of the, like Sammy Hagar, he had his own tequila before, Exactly, Acapulquero tequila, man. Yeah. So, oh yeah. Ron Malo. Okay, he's a YouTuber. Oh yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, he's the most popular YouTuber in Mexico, right? Wow, and he has a restaurant in Mexico City I was trying to go to. It's like a Japanese restaurant or something, right? Just mini. Oh, really? Wow. That's a lot, man. That's great. Uh-huh. She's from Venezuela. How old is that guy, Hans? How old is Luis Comunica? Okay, so he's a good age. He's still young, yeah. But isn't he part like Lebanese or something? He's got some type of like Arabic or kind of like because he's not like. No, he looks like he could be like Salma Hayek or something like that. Because Salma Hayek is like she's like half Lebanese, no? Or half, yeah, I think so. Yeah, she's. Yeah. There's in Mexico City there are a lot of Lebanese living in the city, right? That are Mexican and Jewish too. Yeah, they're very rich too, huh? Really? Yeah, because of the resources or whatever, huh? The cheap labor. Wow, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. You know, if we could get Ice Poseidon to come to Acapulco, I think he's really worried about it. He's scared because he went on a cruise one time, but a cruise is so, it's, to me, if you go on a cruise, it's too, what's the word? It's too generic. It's not, you don't really get out into the cities and meet the local people that much. But this guy, Ice Poseidon, if we could get him to Acapulco and he can like get Mexican streamers, oh my God, you would get like at least 200 to 300 viewers on a live stream, because he did that in Korea, man. He went to, because usually when he goes live, he usually has about 6,000 or 7,000 people watching him. You know, there's a guy on, I think the #1 kick streamer right now who goes live. His name is Aiden Ross. When he goes live, he has about 57,000 people watching him live. Yeah. Yeah, he bought President Trump a Cybertruck, man, as a gift. Yeah, and he actually sometimes he'll stream with that musician from Canada. His name is Drake. Have you heard of him, Drake? Yeah, a lot of young people know about him. Yeah, he sometimes he'll stream with him, but the guy makes a lot of money, man. He got like an exclusive contract with Kick, because I think he was on Twitch before, you know, Twitch, and then he got banned on Twitch, so then he moved to Kick. Yeah, they have a lot of IRL streamers, yeah, but the problem with Twitch is they have too many, their terms of, what do you call it, the terms they have they're very strict. You cannot say certain things, you cannot, you know, and Kick too, the only thing Kick doesn't like is if you have some type of fighting, they'll ban you. Because I've seen Kick streamers that have gotten banned for like maybe 2 or 3 days because they got in a fight or something, or if you show nudity, you can't show any nudity. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fine. That's good. The people would like that. They love that kind of You know, most of my viewers are between 25 to 35, or 35 to not many over 40. I don't think. Yeah, yeah. But a lot of the young people really like to watch the IRL streams. They like that stuff, man. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course you are. No? Yeah. Do they think of you as a tourist, or do they think of you as a Mexican national, or a Mexican? What do they think of? ¿Qué piensan la gente ahí? ¿Ellos saben que tú eres de Alemania, o piensan que tú eres mexicano? Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Because you can tell. Yeah. You look like Robert Halford of Judas Priest. They're a good band, man. Yeah, you got a long beard. Yeah, I haven't seen your beard that long in a while. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, you look good, man. That's good. Well, what time do you want? What time is good for you, so we can go over the prison? I'll show you how to do it. It's very easy. Okay, sounds good. All right, well, I'll let you go, man, and I'll talk to you later. All right. Okay, I know someone else. Okay, you too, brother. Talk to you later. Peace. Bye. I was talking to my friend Hans from Mexico. He lives in Acapulco. ¿Qué tienes? ¿De qué? What in the world is this? This is the banana? The banana split. The banana split. It's crazy. I was going 8804 Melrose Avenue. It's a banana car, right?
His latest move. And RFK Jr. makes a shocking announcement about our food supply. His private institutions.
Do they want to continue down the path they've gone where they don't protect Jewish students, where they embrace anti-Semitism, or do they want to work with the Trump administration and we all work forward together? I hope they choose the latter path, but yesterday's decision was not promising.
In an open letter announcing the lawsuit, Harvard President Alan Garber wrote in part, "As a Jew and as an American, I know very well that there are valid concerns about rising anti-Semitism. To address it effectively requires understanding, intention, and vigilance. Harvard takes that work seriously. This, as Democrats, praise the pushback against Trump."
Universities need to stand up, and I'm so proud of President Garber at Harvard University for standing up. And I'm proud of the president at Princeton, who also has been standing up to the Trump administration.
President Garber says that Harvard has taken many steps to address anti-Semitism. He has also signed a letter, along with more than 150 other university and college presidents. They're all denouncing President Trump's demands.
Now, let's make sure you understand what's really going on here, okay? Listen, Harvard is not the victim here. They are the problem, and let me explain why. When you take federal money, you better follow the federal law, and when you don't, the President of the United States can claw back that money whenever they want. That's the bottom line to it. And the irony here is Democrats were cheering Biden on when he was doing the same thing. You don't think he pressured universities to fall in line as it pertains to men playing in women's sports or as it pertains to adopting trans-inclusive policies? Let's get real here, folks.
This is the bigger picture. If he gets away with this, he can start going down the road with future universities. And it's also part of the bigger strategies of Donald Trump doing, where anyone who disagrees with him, silencing the Associated Press, taking a strong stance against universities, trying to take away the C3 status of some of these environmental organizations that he's working on this week. I mean, this is a picture, a broader picture that he's trying to paint of, if you don't agree with me, I'm going to figure out a way to silence you, and that's the problem.
You have 30 seconds. Yeah, I assume you all know what's been going on these campuses. They are chasing the Jewish kids around the campuses. They are terrorizing them. They are violating their civil rights. The administration believes they have violated their federally protected rights. This all goes back to the core issue. The Ivy League schools and a lot of universities did not stand up for Jewish students when they should have, and when they were warned by the U.S. Congress last year. They should have done it then. Now they're locked in these battles. Now you all say these campuses should fight back against Trump. Who are they fighting for? The people who are terrorizing the Jewish kids? I hope that's not what you mean. I think Trump is standing up for these Jewish students in a good way, and I hope he prevails.
This is irrelevant from that, Scott.
It is not.
We obviously need to.
And here's here's the other thing we have to understand about Harvard. They were already under fire for anti-Semitism, donor backlash, and leadership scandals before President Trump was even elected. So them trying to pin it on Trump and say, well, you know, he's going after them. No, this is called accountability because the last president didn't do anything about it. Why do you think they're on their fourth president at that university? They got issues.
Response to Harvard's lawsuit?
Sure. Well, the president has made it quite clear that it's Harvard who has put themselves in the position to lose their own funding by not obeying federal law. And we expect all colleges and universities who are receiving taxpayer funds to abide by federal law. It's quite simple. And the president made it clear he's not going to tolerate violations of federal law. He's not going to tolerate illegal harassment and violence towards Jewish American students or students of any faith on our campuses across the country. And so we will be responding to the lawsuit in court. And again, it's quite simple. If you want federal dollars, obey federal law.
Yeah, that's as simple as someone can make it. I do know that Democrats won't see it that way because they don't operate in reality. They're operating in their own world where they believe that President Trump is violating their free speech rights. I mean, can you believe that? That's what they say this is all about. Now, to give you an example of what I'm saying, here is a professor from Harvard who claims that's exactly what President Trump is doing.
The Trump administration is making claims about things that in many ways violate common sense as a pretext in order to attack what they consider to be their political enemies. Donald Trump does not care about anti-Semitism, and I don't think any reasonable person would believe he does. He has people in his inner circle that give Nazi salutes. He's dined with white supremacists. And they have said over and over again that there's an issue of anti-Semitism, acute anti-Semitism on Harvard's campus in a way that demands some kind of civil rights intervention. But the acute anti-Semitism does not exist on Harvard's campus. To the extent that there might be anti-Semitism, just like any other bigotry that might exist at Harvard, like it would exist anywhere, that's something that Harvard could take steps to redress, but it is not something that requires the cancellation of things like cancer, funding for cancer research or research on Alzheimer's disease or all the other things that Donald Trump has tried to attack for political purposes.
Okay, so he doesn't believe there's acute anti-Semitism on the campuses of Harvard. And I would just push back on him and say, well, why don't we just look at the numbers? This was published today by the ADL. Look at it. 2023 and 2024. That's outrageous. And so what we're looking at here is a 10-year review of the anti-Semitic incidents. And as you can see, like I just stated, it's just outrageous. 8,000 and then 9,000. Wow, it's an 893% increase over the last decade. I'd love to know what he thinks about that. And in our next story, which is actually great news, the U.S. Supreme Court is leaning towards parents who object to elementary school LGBT
No puedo manejar y hablar con mi contacto en México.
Are talking about things they have no business reading.
The Supreme Court's conservative majority signaled today that it will require schools to provide opt-outs for
No
parents
puedo
who have
manejar y
objections to
hablar
LGBTQ books
con mi contacto
read in
en
elementary
México.
schools. If they go that route, it would continue the court's years-long push to expand religious rights.
It looks like the justices, from the oral arguments that went for an unusually intense, passionate 2.5 hours this morning, Brianna, it looks like they're going to rule with the parents who have challenged the Montgomery County, Maryland School District over books like The Knight and the Prince or Uncle Bobby's Wedding, that the school had said there's no opt-out provision, and during the course of the Q&A this morning it emerged that really Montgomery County stands alone in not having any kind of opt-out provision.
Yeah, so once again, this is another issue where it's just common sense. I don't understand why people are fighting this, but let's give you a little bit more information. The Montgomery County District in 2022 approved a handful of storybooks that feature lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender characters as part of its English language arts curriculum in order to better represent the diversity of families in the county. They gotta give me a break here, come on. Are you serious? The storybooks do not instruct about gender or sexuality and are available for teachers to use. Wait a minute. You don't have to instruct or even teach people about how to transition to these genders or what their sexuality may be. The fact that that book shows it is enough. It means that these books see the world in that way. So one way or another, we have to understand something. A child's brain is a sponge. You don't have to do much to get them to start seeing things in a different way.
Do you believe, though, that there's an appropriate age to have a discussion? These are 4 to 6-year-olds, and they're being read, and this is out loud in the classroom, not just, oh, this is a book on the shelf in the library. If there's a particular child that, you might want to read this with, but, just as an example, my pronouns are like the weather. They change depending on how I feel, and that's okay because they're my words. Sometimes I use all the pronouns I can think of, just as one example here. These parents are...
Let me put it this way, Martha, and I think that this will be shocking to you. These would not be the books I would be reading as a classroom teacher to kids who are 4 to 6 years old. And I say this, I went through the New York City public school system. I was a teacher during when we had the big issue around Heather Has Two Mommies. And I think when you don't actually make sure that things are age appropriate and we don't actually have sufficient conversations with teachers and parents in terms of how we accept differences, then you have situations like this right now.
Yeah, and the thing that's frightening for me is how obsessed they are with this case, meaning they're willing to fight this all the way to the Supreme Court. I know the legal fees has to be in the millions of dollars. And what's interesting here on the screen, you got gays and kids. They don't even agree with this. I don't understand how we can live in a world where they're not going to allow parents to opt out of this nonsense, which is why they actually wrote an opinion in the Wall Street Journal titled, "Non-religious parents have rights too." And the Supreme Court should hold that no declaration of faith is required to opt children out of sexual indoctrination lessons. That is spot on.
I'm going to teach gay sex to your 6-year-old, whether you like it or not, is a powerful argument to the Supreme Court. Maybe the most perverted argument the Supreme Court has ever heard. Judge, can Justice Alito set these lawyers on fire?
I don't think so.
Okay, probably not. Can he call Chris Hansen to catch a predator? Because this is a confession. These people in Montgomery County are sick. And look at these titles, Dana. Pride Puppy, Uncle Bobby's Wedding. I did a deep dive. It's more than just gay romance. Drag queens, F is for feather boa, I is for intersex. And they've managed to do something no one's ever done in the history of civilization. Unite Jews, Muslims, and Catholics together under one banner. Now, when all of these people have fought wars and killed each other for centuries, maybe you realize you're doing something wrong. You're right. The teachers now have this guidance session where they will facilitate the conversation and answer questions to the students. What kindergartner has a question about cross-dressing? And do you trust a purple-haired woman with a nose ring and a trans flag on her desk to have an honest conversation with your kid? Absolutely not.
And remember, this case isn't about removing the books from the school. The case is about allowing parents to opt their children out of the classroom that is sharing those books. So that's a key difference that people should be aware of. All right, so in our next story, RFK Jr. dropped a bombshell announcement. They are now banning all artificial dyes in our food supply.
Today, the FDA is taking action to remove petroleum-based food dyes from the U.S. food supply and from medications. For the last 50 years, American children have increasingly been living in a toxic soup of synthetic chemicals. The scientific community has conducted a number of studies raising concerns about the correlation between petroleum-based synthetic dyes and several health conditions, such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, obesity, diabetes, insulin resistance, cancer, genomic disruption, GI issues, as I've seen in the hospital, and allergic reactions.
Now, one of the best examples of this is just taking your regular bag of Skittles. If you look at the United States version, you've got red 40, yellow 5, blue 2, and titanium dioxide. You know what's interesting? If you go to Europe, it's natural coloring, and the titanium dioxide is banned. And this person actually have a little graphic for us to take a look at here. Here's another product, Gatorade. If you compare the United States version to Germany, red 40 is in Gatorade, not in the Germany version.
Food dye is just a no-brainer. Nobody wants to eat petroleum. Everybody knows there's enough science out there that we know it's terrible for you. That causes health problems, but also behavior problems. healthy person has 1,000 dreams. The sick person only has one. And right now, there's 60% of the people in this country who have only one dream. That they can make it through a day without pain, with energy, without having to take medications. And we are going to change that for our country.
Again, this is a no-brainer, common sense issue. It just makes you wonder, why has it taken so long for the people in D.C. to do something about this? Well, it's because of money. We all know that, okay? Huge conflict of interest within the food industry. We know that as well. And for the people in the back who are much older who say, well, what's the difference? Why should we ban all of this stuff? I mean, when I ate this food when I was a kid, I didn't have any problems. You're right, you did eat this food when you were a kid, but it did not have the same ingredients. I mean, that's the big factor here.
When I was growing up, I ate Fruit Loops for breakfast every day, and I turned out just fine. Now, I would argue he turned out like a maniac. He's hyperactive and deranged, but does he have a point? What are these food dyes actually doing to kids especially?
Yeah, well, if you look at the ingredients for Fruit Loops 20 years ago, it was very, very different than it is today. And today we use chemicals in Fruit Loops that are banned in virtually every country in the world. So if you buy Fruit Loops today in Canada, it is made with vegetable dyes. If you buy it here in the United States, it's made with petroleum synthetics.
All right, so number one, this is another promise that's been kept by the Trump administration. It's exactly what RK Jr. and Trump said on the campaign trail, so that's a positive. Secondly, it's also a positive because for people who are much older than me, this is what's happened to the younger generation. We've been consuming the same food, but different ingredients than you may have when you grew up. And that's an issue, which leads me to number three. What is this going to do for these big manufacturers, especially the companies behind this? I think that remains to be seen.
So the sun apparently sets here in LA at 7:30 p.m. Wow.
Worth somewhere in the
I thought it
neighborhood
was
of
at 7,
$800 billion.
but I guess it is 7:30.
Secretary Kennedy met with some of those
days are getting
CEOs along
longer.
with major fast food companies last month, telling them he wants to phase out
Today the high
color
was
additives
67, tomorrow
by
will
the
be
time he leaves his
68.
post. A Wall Street Journal
The low
analysis
is
found that more than
55.
1 in 10 products contain at least one artificial food dye. More than 40% of items with dyes use 3 or more. So that is expected to mean potential big changes ahead.
And I'm also interested to find out, will Democrats applaud this announcement from RFK Jr., or will they be silent? Now, I'm sure we know what the answer is, and I think part of it is because under the Biden administration, they went after one of the food dyes. RFK is going after all of them, and that is the noble effort that we want from our leaders. Which brings me to the question that I want you guys to answer in the comment section below. Do you believe this is the right move from RFK Jr., and should we ban all food dyes? Now, you guys know where I stand. I definitely want that to happen, but I want to hear from you.
Yeah, we
and
should.
also, what's your reaction to SCOTUS signaling that they might actually rule in favor of parents so that they can opt out of these books that they don't want their children to be exposed to in the classroom? Let me know what you guys think about all that in the comment section below. So earlier today, another federal judge has issued a shocking ruling that rebukes Trump and what he plans to do with deportations. And also, Byron Donalds had a town hall last night that did not go well. So if you missed out on those stories and more, all you have to do is click on that video because it's coming up right now.
Vice of Kyle Walker. Who in the hell is Kyle Walker?
Then 2, Harvard sues the Trump administration, right? Then 3, Trump's administration, irate at Harvard, plans to pull additional $1 billion in funding. This is the page 3 Wall Street Journal, Rob. It looks like you got a video here. I'll read this, and then if you want to play the clip. The Trump administration, furious after Harvard publicly released a long list of demands sent on April 11th, plans to pull an additional $1 billion in health research funding. The demands included federal government oversight of admissions, hiring, and the ideology of students and staff. Harvard's President Alan Garber stated, The intention is not to work with us, to address anti-Semitism in a cooperative and constructive manner, and confirmed we will not accept their proposed agreement. The administration, initially planning leniency, now seeks to pressure Harvard from more than Columbia University. Harvard's release of the demands letter from the Task Force to Combat Anti-Semitism, which was not marked private, positioned the university as a face of resistance. The administration froze $2.26 billion in funding and threatened Harvard's tax-exempt status and international student enrollment. Go ahead, Rob.
I think what they did was a disgrace. They're obviously anti-Semitic, and all of a sudden they're starting to behave. But when you see what they were saying, what they were doing, when you see the way they took care of events, when you watch that woman, that horrendous president that ruined the image of Harvard, maybe permanently,
not wrong.
In Congress, in the halls of Congress, when you take a look at what happened
Gay
there,
was her name?
it was horrific. And, you know, I've looked at a lot having to do with it. I'm not involved in it. It's being handled by lawyers. I read about it just like you did. But tax exempt status, I mean, it's a privilege. It's really a privilege. And it's been abused by a lot more than Harvard, too. By a lot more than Harvard. So we'll see how that all works out. I don't think they've made a final ruling.
Tom.
I don't believe they've made a final ruling. But
Go for it, Tom.
So we have to remember where this started. This didn't start with Trump. This started with, Jewish students on campus not being protected, and then a president sitting in front of Congress admitting by saying, I'm not answering that question, that's not what we've done, but admitting it. And then she, suffers a consequence when she goes back because he's right. And now what they're saying is look, you seem to say you're a private institution when that works for you. And now you're upset at me. This is public money. This money that they're getting from the U.S. government for research or whatever they're doing at the university started with the taxpayers, started with you. You gave $4 to Harvard last year, Vinny. You just don't know it, right? I mean, you take a look at the hundreds of millions of dollars that went there.
Vinny?
You know?
You get money to Harvard.
Yes, you did. $4
I did?
in your taxes.
Literally, that's what he's saying.
That's not $4 cool. In your
Public
taxes.
money is out of your taxes that they collected. $2.26 billion of it went to Harvard last year. So you're probably $4 of it, or
I'm
$20
not happy.
of it.
I'm not happy.
Go ahead, Tom.
There you go. And so Harvard likes to say, we're private, leave us alone, we're private. And then the government is saying, okay, well then you go live your private life. I'll just turn off this valve and I'm not going to send you this money. And they're like, wait a minute. trying to live in two worlds right now, and they are getting called out. But what they're getting called out is the young students saying we're being discriminated against. And when you line up the applications and our credentials and our test scores, numbers, why aren't we getting admitted? Well, because we're doing some other things. Yeah, you were. And then Yale ended up in front of the Justice Department under Biden.
Yeah.
Harvard's heading for the same place. And Harvard is absolutely in the wrong here. And now you've got, I love Linda McMahon. Okay, well, then there's no problem telling us all about your sources of foreign funding and where you're getting it. But you're private.
They do not want that.
They don't want to talk about that. And then he's saying, I have filed Section 117 reports for decades. Okay, we're not asking if you filed Section 117 reports for decades. We're asking if you can identify all the sources on all Section 117 reports, or maybe did you not file all of the reports you're supposed to?
This is not good for Harvard, because when discovery comes, by the way, this is Scott Jennings, the CEO of CNN, having a conversation with Jamil. Is that Jamil Hill? I want to say correctly. Watch this exchange about Harvard and look what her logic is. Go ahead, Rob.
Auditioning for
So you admit that you want universities to exclude everyone with a
No,
radical
because
left.
there's no proof that they're actually being excluded.
There's
Because if
not.
that, no, there isn't.
96% of contributions from Harvard faculty went to Democrats. What else you got?
Okay, so you're talking about contribution. I'm talking about
I'm talking
actually,
about what people's
who's
political
on campus,
viewpoints
who
are.
is teaching people.
How
so
you
if they
contribute
decide-
is what you
I didn't
teach.
there. Believe me. I
Okay,
know.
so clearly you used to teach there, right?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I was treated like an exotic zoo animal. Trust me.
Oh, I'm sure.
The faculty is not conservative. Believe me.
Oh, okay. So at Harvard, I just imagine all of these conservative politicians that go there. They go there because they don't feel welcome. They just go there to go there.
If you're trying to come on here tonight and argue that Harvard is a hotbed of conservatism,
I'm not. I'm just saying that they're not. So are we going to do the same thing at Baylor? Are we going to do the same thing at Liberty? Are we going to invite more liberal thought to those universities?
I think at public universities or any university taking part actively screening out conservatives and conservative viewpoints, we need to have a conversation.
Boom. By the way, so called OPM, Owner President Management Program. And I went in 2015. And I'm excited. So we get an RV and we, the experience was a great experience because the attendees that are there. But guess what day it falls on? It falls on the day because you'd be in jail. Debate.
What? This is 2016 Trump versus Hillary.
That's right.
Almost 10 years ago.
I am in the Chow Hall. Chow Hall is what it's called because a man named Chow gave $100.
Not military Chow Hall.
Not Chow Hall like military.
Yeah,
The man said, go to Harvard, type in Harvard Chow Hall.
Chow Hall. Like Mr. Chow, the restaurant?
Yeah. Brother Chow. Well, it's CHAO. Chow Hall. Chow. Oh, Rob. Chow Hall. Chow Hall. Oh, Rob is not going to get it. Ruth Wilson Chow Center? Okay. Anyways, it's a place where we're eating food. So they say everyone's going to watch the debate in the Chow Hall by the stairs. What do? I go. Okay. And keep in mind, this isn't at a time where we're doing PBD podcasts. This is 2016. We're not doing PBD podcasts. We're not doing any of that stuff. And I'm there and I sit and watch everybody. I don't make a single noise. Vinny, do you know how many people out of the 300 people in the room Trump wants? Do you know how many people? Zero. You know what's the next thing I did? I went straight to the administrator. No, we're not. I said, tell me one person here is not for Hillary. Go ahead. You know me when we go to Chow. So all of you guys know what's right for the rest of us. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I said, I can't come back to Harvard again. Why? Because you guys don't believe in debate. This is not a place where you guys believe in debate. This is a place where you guys want to brainwash everybody to think the way you think. This is not a place where you welcome debate. You all look down at people like me. You all look down at people like us who have a different opinion on what could happen, right? And Harvard's going through it right now. I'm telling you, if Discovery opens up, it is going to be horrible for Harvard. Adam.
Well, this is a shock to nobody. I mean, what percentage of university professors lean liberal versus conservative? I think it was 13 to 1. It could be even higher at this point.
13 to 1?
Yeah.
For every one conservative, 13 is liberal.
Yeah, there's actually a new report out there that could be as high as 28 to 1. Harvard studies indicate that over 80% of Harvard faculty identify as liberal. Only 2% identify as conservative, which is 18%.
Is that according to ChatGPT?
This is according to ChatGPT.
Can you tell Rob to ask this question?
Yeah.
Because ChatGPT is owned by OpenAI. What question did you ask, by the way?
I said, what percentage of university professors are liberal versus conservative? And then find out what Harvard was. Howard is a different university. But nobody's shocked to hear what's going on here. And, you know, you talked about the hotbed of this type of mentality. Harvard is the...
Wow, look at that.
The tip of the spear with this. Yeah.
Go a little lower. And then ask specifically about Harvard.
Yeah, it should maybe pop down over there and ask about Harvard. But it says highest possibly 28 to 1.
33 to 1 ratio?
Yeah. So,
oh my God.
I'm not in favor of government overreach or the federal government stepping in here. But when you have a massive monopoly, what's the definition of monopoly? Over 50%, over 75% of market share, whatever it is. This is 98, 99%.
By the way, what's
of
very liberal?
Professors.
What's very liberal?
Social, woke,
social, yeah.
Like you think Hamas should run the country somehow, something like that. So, like the guy that's running against Cuomo in New York. But, you know, I remember when we were researching Harvard, when Claudine Gay and the university professors were getting grilled by Elise Stefanik, and I was like, what the hell's going on here? And Harvard, there's a it's called FIRE, like Freedom Index of find that freedom of speech. Harvard was the least free university for free speech. Harvard. It's called FIRE Free Speech Rankings. Here you go. FIRE 2024 College Free Speech Rankings. Harvard University received a score of 0, placing it last among the 251 universities surveyed. The score is considered abysmal and significantly lower than average. Harvard's actual score was negative 10, which is rounded out.
What does negative mean?
Meaning like
suppressive.
That's the word.
When Peabody tells a story about he went to Harvard and everyone was against Trump. Everyone was rooting for Hillary. This is no longer...
And by the way, Adam, keep this in mind. Everyone in the business department. Do you understand? This is not poli-sci or law.
This isn't liberal arts.
In business.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the East Coast liberal elites and their ivory towers, Harvard is center stage for that type of mentality. By the way, there's a trickle-down effect, whether it's Stanford, whether it's Cal Berkeley, whether it's GW, whether it's Columbia in New York, whether it's GW. This type of mentality is now pervasive. So now we have adults who are going to send their very smart children, like Tom Ellsworth, who are, should I go and send them to Harvard? Should I send them to Stanford? Or should I send them to
Rice?
To Rice. It's like, well, let me actually go to a university that they're not going to come out indoctrinated.
All right, guys. I'm going to end the stream because I have a pickup here.
Marxist ideology. It's
But
very
anyway, peace out, guys.
If Tico was in
Have a
Harvard,
great
I'd get,
evening.
in 3 days you'd get a phone call and be like, I can't. You can't. Maybe one day. You wouldn't be able to. I don't know how they do it. And